Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. So today we're doing FreecodeCamp's data analysis with Python. So we're doing another one of their projects. So this one is the Mean-Variance-Standard deviation calculator. So what this one's asking us is to calculate the mean variance standard deviation, max, min, and sum of the rows and columns and elements in a 3x3 matrix. So the input of the function should be a list containing 9 digits. The function should convert the list into a 3x3 numpy array and return a dictionary containing the mean, etc, etc, etc. So this is the dictionary that it's supposed to return. This is the format, so it'll give you the mean, and then the mean, a list of the means of the first axis, a list of the means of the second axis, and then the mean of the flattened. So what that means is, so basically you're gonna have to turn, so for example this calculate, it's just one list, it's gonna have to turn into something like this. So it's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're supposed to calculate the mean on this row, the mean on this row, the mean on this row, the mean on the column, the mean on the column, the mean on the column, and then the flattened would just be the list in its entirety. So it's gonna be the same right across the board from variance, standard deviation, max, min, and sum. Is the same principle. So if you put in this example right here, this would be your expected return. So when you go up here, you just go boom and you click on the replit, and it brings you into this right here. You have the few different files and so on. You'd write your code in here, and then you'd run it, and then you'd get the test. But when I do these, I like to do them in Jupyter Notebook, because I just rather Jupyter Notebook instead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this, paste it here, then I'm gonna go into the main py, copy this one right here, paste it in the second, then I'm just gonna delete this, and then I just write the entirety of my code in here. So one key thing to remember, it says if the list doesn't contain 9 elements, it's gonna return a value error exception with the message list must contain 9 elements, right? So first things first is I'm gonna account for that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write that if the length of the list does not equal to 9, then I'm going to raise a value error with the message. So that's gonna be account for this little section right here. Boom. So now the next step is I'm going to have to take this list right here and transform it into that 3x3 that I showed earlier. So to do that, it's np array on the list, right? And then you just reshape the list to 3x3, and that accounts for that. Now the result that we're gonna be getting is gonna be a dictionary. So in order for me to get that dictionary, I have to initialize the dictionary. So let's call it calculations, because it's supposed to return calculations, right? So calculations is equal to empty dictionary. Boom. Right? So the next, the final step, which is not hard, we're gonna have to just run through these calculations. So what I'm gonna do is copy that over here, copy that over there, and that's that. So what you need to do is you're gonna have to call the mean on the list for each axis, store it to a list in it of itself, and do that for each, and then you're gonna call the mean for the flattened version. So to do that, first step is list.mean, call the mean on axis 0, right? That's the first axis, and then add that to a list, right? And then that's pretty much all you have to do. You just copy that, paste it there, and then boom. So what you're gonna do is call the mean on axis 1, and then this one is numpy.mean, on the entire list, and that's the very first. That's how you calculate the mean, and then from there it's just smooth sailing. You just copy it down, copy all the way down, and then from there you just change it. So now instead of calling the mean, you're gonna be calling the variance. So that's var instead of mean, and then for standard deviation, that's std, and then for the max min sum, same thing, max, so max min and then sum and then when this is done, when you run it, after running it, and you call this, you're supposed to get this dictionary right here exactly as it is. So print. So if you look at the mean is 345 on the first axis, 345, and then the second one is 147. So 147, and the flattened is 4. And then if you look at the, let's look at the sum at the bottom, is 9, 12, 15, 3, 12, 21. Sum 9, 12, 15, 3, 12, 21, and the flattened is 36. And let's look at one more, max 6, 7, 8, 2, 5, 8, 8. So max, where is max? Max 6, 7, 8, 2, 5, 8, 8. And then, you know, so I'd say everything worked out fine. So then what you do, you just copy it out of your Jupyter notebook, you find it, and you just paste that bad boy right there, and you're done. And that's the Mean-Variance-Standard deviation calculator for FreecodeCamp's data analysis with Python. So I will be going through the others. So in the meantime, I will be going through the others. So I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.